Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Weird Bandai. Today we have one of my favorite weird figures, Mordant. You know who Mordant is? Well, if you don't, you're not gonna know from looking at this figure. Mordant was the little pig guy from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, 1995. He's the little guy who hung around with Goldar and Ivan Ooze. Let's take a look at the articulation on this guy. He has 6 points of articulation. Arms and legs on the swivels, two-way shoulder movement, activated by this little button on his back there. Oh, and his head does move a teensy bit. It's a bizarre-looking figure, and it seems to, get the gist of Mordant's design. All the parts are there. It's far from screen accurate. One of the weird things, it's way shorter than the Goldar or Ivan Ooze toys. Here's Goldar for reference. Now in the movie, Mordant was about the same size as Goldar and Ivan Ooze. Yeah. So that's one weird thing about him, and let's see. Let's take a closer look at this face here, this pretty face. Yeah, this is way, way off from Mordant. It makes me wonder, it's so far off, it really makes me wonder if it was maybe originally intended to be Snoggle, a creature cut from the film. Snoggle was this weird kind of blue pig elephant thing that hung around with Dulcea. And actually, this figure does kind of bear a resemblance to him far more than Mordant. So anyway, let's go over Mordant's head. The face is elongated forward. There. When really, he had more of just a kind of pushed up pig face. The tusks protrude from either side of his snout, and yeah, I don't know where they're coming from. He didn't have, tusks coming out of his nose. Let's see, he has warts all over. I don't know if you can make that out in the video. Let's see. Oh, yeah. If you look really close at his mouth, you can see he has an overbite, which is very strange because he had an underbite in the movie. And, he has this weird little monocle. He had a monocle in the movie, but it was just a typical monocle, just a little glass circle with a string on it. This looks more like a cyborg, ocular implant. Very strange. His hair, let's talk about his hair. It should be a mohawk, and, it does stick up, but it's way too wide to be a mohawk, since, look, it covers the entire back of his head. That's not what a mohawk does. Oh, and his ears. They press way too... Whoa. Tipped over there. They're pressed, right up against his head. In the movie, they stuck out more. Or, I don't know, maybe it's just... I don't know, artistic license or whatever. Anyway, another thing about him, he's bright pink. It doesn't really show up that much on, when I'm recording it, but trust me, he is, really, really pink. Bright pink. In the movie, he was a dark reddish tan. Now, the body is, short, squat, wide, and here's a really weird thing. 2 belly buttons on overlapping bellies. That is, that's what makes this just... What? Really makes me wonder what they were thinking. Was this, an actual design they were going to go with in the movie? Was he supposed to have 2 belly buttons? Very strange. Now, his armor outfit that he's wearing is pretty undetailed, but it is actually pretty... accurate to the movie. It's not that far off, even in the color. It's pretty close. Let's see, his arms. They're fine. Oh, here's a weird thing. He originally came with a weapon. Now, I bought this secondhand, so he does not come with his weapon. It's been long lost. But Do you remember any weapon he had in the movie? Yeah, he didn't have one. But, again, this is an action figure, so they probably just wanted to have something for him to hold just for the heck of it. The legs that he has, now these are actually pretty accurate, they're just really, really stubby. Yeah. So yeah, there's the Mordant figure. It's a pretty poor figure in terms of accuracy to the movie. As just a figure on its own, it's fine, but here's the thing. If I wasn't aware that this is what the Mordant toy looked like, I would have had no freaking idea who this was. If I were to just, like, see this guy in a box and I had no knowledge of beforehand that this is what he looked like, I would just assume it was supposed to be, like, I don't know, a relative of Bebop from Ninja Turtles or something. And the thing that pushes this over the edge of, like, weird Bandai is the fact that there's another Mordant that exists, and there it is. Whoops. Stand up there. Oop. He doesn't want to stand up. Let's put him a little farther back there. There. Now, right here, we have the Gordy Bendy toy Mordant. It is, like, almost exactly screen accurate. I wouldn't be surprised if they just took the original suit and, like, just shrunk down a mold of it or something, because this looks nearly perfect to the movie. And he doesn't want to stand up. Anyway, he's a wire bendable figure, and he's made of really, really hard rubber. You hear that? Yeah, that's how hard the rubber is. His arms are stuck in an awkward pose, which is, like, typical of these bendy figures, but other than that, he's very, very screen accurate. The face is alright. All the criticisms that I had about the Bandai Mordant are fixed on this one. The only issue is the skin is this much lighter tan, but it actually does look right, and it is, like, better looking than the bright pink of the Bandai figure. Oh, and also, only one belly button, as it should be. So, yeah, in terms of accuracy, the Gordy figure far surpasses the Bandai figure. I recommend the Gordy figure to any collectors of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, or just Power Ranger fans. He looks really good next to Ivan Ooze figures or Tanga Warriors, and he'll probably look really good sitting next to the new Lightning Collection Tanga Warriors that are coming up. The Bandai Mordant, though, yeah, he's a completionists only type of figure, since his accuracy to the movie is so far off. Like, there's... yeah. Like, the best thing I can do is just put them side by side. Which looks better to you? Well, that was all for this episode of Weird Bandai. I hope everyone found this informative or interesting. See ya.